Welcome back to Blow Your Mind channel. Today we will talk about 5 huge differences you need to know about the INTP and INFP personality types. Before starting with the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you won't miss any new videos like this one. So for those unfamiliar, these acronyms are 2 of the 16 MBTI types, also known as the Myers-Briggs type indicators. INTP stands for Introverted, Intuition, Thinking and Perceiving, while INFP stand for Introverted, Intuition, Feeling and Perceiving. Those are the respectively dominant functions based on the 4 categories. The INTP and INFP are one of the rarest personality combinations, accounting for approximately 3 and 5% of the population, respectively. They have a talent for using their intelligence for things that interest them. They are also idealistic, creative, and curious individuals. They may also be private, rebellious, and seem reserved. Does this sound like you? We will share with you 5 key differences that will help you distinguish INFPs from INTPs. Are you curious whether you're an INFP or an INTP? Let's find out. Number 1. Curiosity versus creativity. It is possible to categorize these 2 types based on their daily activities. An INTP is a person who likes to engage in intellectually stimulating activities. An INTP enjoys the challenge of strategic board games and books as well as the safe and gratifying satisfaction of puzzles. They enjoy learning new and unusual things and can spend hours absorbed in random subjects, such as philosophy or astronomy. On the other hand, INFP's people are creative souls that like to add their unique touch to everything they do. An INFP who works a desk job that they don't like will certainly burn out fast. They demand authenticity and sincerity, and working there is sure to leave a bad impression. Instead, INFPs tend to be drawn to the arts, poetry, and music, since these are avenues where they can express their incredible and abundant creativity. Many talented musicians and authors are INFPs. For example, these include people like William Shakespeare and Tom York. Number 2. Thoughtful versus value-driven. The 2 are also different in how they make decisions. INTPs make decisions by looking at all angles, determining recurring patterns, or forecasting, and then choosing a final decision. It's not as black and white. When INTPs become too indecisive and become stuck in analysis paralysis, they retreat from the real world to ponder things over. They prefer interacting with people who are as open and sharp-witted as they are. More often than not, INTPs enjoy serious back-and-forth discussions with people like that. INTPs sometimes do this, playing both the role of the observer and the participant and challenging different thoughts against each other for fun. Because INFPs are gentle and soft-hearted, their decisions are based on personal values. These values act as the steering wheel for the INFP mind. They are uncompromising and constant. Rather than focusing on how to accomplish a task the right way, INFPs are more likely to ponder what the right thing to do is. They focus on the experience as a whole rather than on the objectively best decision, resulting in a welcoming and enjoyable company. Number 3. Confrontational versus harmony. In the face of a debate, are you able to stay calm and composed? Or do you always feel emotionally disturbed when you encounter just the slightest disagreement? Many INTPs are not the most polite people around, and for these people, politeness is a secondary concern when communicating. They are good at expressing ideas and making clear distinctions between people, but they are also blunt when talking. INTPs do not intend to cause harm to others, despite their cold demeanor. They can sometimes be poorly perceived as being blunt by sensing types, leaving the 2 sides feeling misunderstood. The INFP likes to avoid conflict and prefers to share light-hearted stories with friends rather than arguing with them. When someone questions an INFP's core value and criticizes it, they may become upset or clam up. However, an INFP can become quite angry if someone pushes too far, causing an INFP to lash out at the aggressor, which would shock even its closest friends. Number 4. Internal versus external control of emotions. Are you more like a sponge, soaking up the emotions of those around you, or are you more interested in your own feelings? Or neither? An INTP may see the emotions as an obstacle that must be addressed, rather than as a source of emotional support. Researchers at Boston University found that having a low emotional threshold is not the same as avoiding and rationalizing with emotions altogether, which can cause psychological problems. On the other hand, healthy INTPs are very much concerned about the emotions of others. They are like sponges. Even though they are not the most exciting people in the world, like ESFJ or ENFJ, their caring and sweet side comes out when someone is down. It is the harmony of others that causes the inner harmony of the INTP. INFPs are like a running sink for emotions rather than a sponge. They have a strong sense of worth that comes from within, rather than being determined by their circumstances. They constantly reconsider their thoughts and feelings, thinking of them as positive or negative. It is common for INFPs to need to spend some time alone after social events to recharge and get in touch with their inner selves. In light of the fact that INFPs are exceptionally self-ruled when it comes to deciding what is right and wrong, they are great matches for the ENFJ or INFJ personality types. Number 5. Internal versus external control over their thoughts. How these two organize their thoughts is the last thing that separates them. INTPs value independent and intuitive thinking over charted or instructional assistance. This gives them the ability to see things from a different perspective and be highly intuitive and self-reliant. Famous inventors like Albert Einstein and Charles Darwin were INTPs who brought forth new ideas through their research. INTPs are great at brainstorming fresh perspectives because they are naturally inclined to come up with new and innovative solutions. When an INFP is focused on a task and finds personal value in it, they can be very organized and structured. Keeping a journal, for instance, is one way for INFPs to express themselves while maintaining a sense of order. An INFP can get the job done using a structured and predictable set of rules. Because they are usually not strongest at that, they can become tired out quickly afterwards. When an INFP is working on a project, they would look at the data and charts first, seeking an underlying significance in what they do. They would then look at the tables to see if their actions match their values and principles. Which one of these two categories do you think most matches your own personality? Are you a mix of both characters? Let us know in the comments below. Also remember to like and share this video with those who might benefit from it. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.